What happens when you take a Twinkie and smash it into a ding-dong? Find out today on the Vodkast. Greetings and welcome back to another Dinkie-tastic episode of the Vodkast. I'm your host as always, Geycen Oliveira. With us today is the new Hostess mashup, mix-up, whatever you want to call it, DingDongs and Twinkies. That's right. There's nothing more that I love in life than DingDongs and Twinkies. Twinkies and DingDongs were things that I grew up as a kid. They used to show up in my lunch every day when I'd go to school. I'd get a bologna sandwich, I'd get my Dorito chips, maybe some Pringles, and then I'd end up with some kind of pastry treat from Hostess or Little Debbie or one of those other companies, Drake's. You never know. It was always a surprise. And that's why I was so surprised to find that Hostess is now blending their treats into one. Now, if you really want to dig into this, though, and think about it, this is basically a chocodile. It's a chocolate-covered Twinkie. It's probably the same chocolate that they use on a ding-dong that they use on a chocodile. I'm not saying that because I want to, thwart this and just smash it into the ground before it happens. But the fact of the matter is this company isn't making two types of chocolates to put on the outside of their cakey treats. It's clearly coming from the same vat. And so a chocodile is getting covered with the same chocolate that the mix-up is getting mixed up with. The thing that's different about it is that it is the hockey puck style shape, so maybe that'll change things up. I don't know. But let's find out. Let's bust into these. Okay, here we go. I always like to make sure I get the right... Oh, I get a little rippy thingy. I like the rippy thingies. I prefer it when it goes all the way around, though, so you can open it up and be like the great unveiling of the Dinkies. I'm calling them Dinkies because it only makes sense to, you mix the two words together. Twings? I don't know. I think Dinkie makes the most sense, so we're going to stick with Dinkie for now. All right, here we go. I don't know why... Oh. That was not sealed. Hostess, I expect a new package. Let's see if they're all like that or if that was just the only one. Yeah, it's the only one. I'm going to put that one back in its package. We'll send a little picture to Hostess later. Maybe they'll send me some free stuff. That's the funny thing is like, most people nowadays are lazy. Let's face it. If you find that, which I just found, are you really going to go back to the store? Are you really going to contact Hostess? But the thing is that when I was a kid, you remember the old Jiffy Pop? You pop them on here, there's a little picture of it, maybe a video. I don't know what I've added over my shoulder here, but you used to put them on the stove and you'd shake it and it would pop, 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 and it'd get big. Well, for a limited time, they released these 6 different comic books about Popeye. And, I got a bunch of them, and we were, making popcorn through the weeks, and one of them didn't have the Popeye comic book in it. So needless to say, as a child, I was very upset. My parents reached out to the company, whether it was a phone call or a letter, not a email, because they didn't have that then. And they actually sent me a whole series of the whole comics that they had done, which was pretty cool. Sega Master System. When I first got that, I'm not a good video game player, and I used to like to do the cheats, so I could be God mode, and I could just go through and just beat the hell out of everybody. I contacted them and 2 sisters, Sharon and Sandy Rao, or it might be Rao, R-A-O, were their names. Every few months, they would send me a package of just photocopied cheats for every game that Sega put out. I had stacks and stacks of them when I was a kid. So, if you ever find yourself in a situation where you're opening up a Dinkie and it's already open inside the box, reach out to Hostess. You never know what they might do. All right. I guess I'll try to smell it, but this is just going to be packaging. It's always packaging with Hostess. No, there's a little bit of, there's a significant chocolate smell there. A very good chocolate smell. I wonder now. We'll have to go back. I think I've done a Chocodile review. If I can find it, I'll put a link up in the cards there. But I just wonder if it is the same chocolate. And Hostess may have been owned by a different company at the time that I did that review, because that's a long time ago. All right, I'm going to shut the fuck up now and take a bite of this, okay? Just like Captain America, I could do this all day. I'd probably put on a few pounds, though. It is everything it's cracked up to be and everything I expected it to be. It's a little different in the sense that the consistency of the cake is, when you normally have a Twinkie, you get the cake, and then they put the things in and they put the cream in. I don't know what the technical terms for all this is. It's distributed differently than it is here. So you're getting a lot more of the cream all at once, like a ding-dong. I like it. I'd have to say I like it better than I like the sum of its parts. Like a Twinkie's good, but there's a lot of times where you get to a bite that doesn't have a lot of cream, and then you just end up with golden cake, and that's all just carbs. DingDongs are good, but they're just DingDongs. You know, they've been around forever. They're a staple. Don't get me wrong. They're like a chocolate chip cookie in a sense. Maybe not, to that level, but I'm going to give you guys a quick little cross-section look there. That's where I took the bite. Interesting. Yeah, they're not bad. I wouldn't say that I would go out and buy them again, just because I don't eat a lot of sweets anyway. But if you're into, like, confectionery treats that come out from Hostess or Miss Freshly or Drake's or whatever company it is that you prefer, they're pretty neat. They're good. I dig them. I like them a lot. But now that we've got the demo out of the way, I've got to give them a score. I'm going to give them a 7. I like them better than Twinkies and DingDongs, but not so much that it's something that would become like a funny bone for me. Funny bones I keep on stock. Whenever I find them in the store, I'll buy a box or two just because they're so rare around here. But this is really good. It's worth a shot. If they sell like individual packs, that's how I would recommend it. Would I recommend getting a whole box of these? If you got a big family or you don't give a fuck about sugar, yes, get these. They're pretty good. Well, I certainly hope you've loved this episode, my review of the Dinkie. I've had a good time shoving Dinkies and Twinkies and DingDongs into my mouth. My whole life I've been sticking Twinkies and DingDongs and all kinds of stuff into my mouth, and I like to share that experience with you now. So if you guys are loving the content I'm creating as much as I love creating the content that you guys are watching, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, and hit the little bell icon because it'll let you know every time I put out a new video. Don't forget to make somebody smile today and make yourself a better person tomorrow than you are today. Tomorrow, let's make the world spin a little bit happier and a little bit nuttier together. Let's sing and dance in the sun and the rain is one, my brothers and sisters. Oh, yeah. Live life to the fullest and love every moment of it because you just never know when that last moment's going to come for you. However, never live in fear of that moment. Always live in love and never let your inner child die. Ooh. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another and take care of those around you who cannot take care of themselves, for they are the ones that need it the most. And if no one has told you today that they love you, the Vodkast loves you very much, just the way you are. All right, guys, do no harm. I'm Geycen Oliveira. This was Ben the Vodkast, and I'll catch you guys a little bit further on down the road. Take care, everybody.
Don't go to sleep with a catch it in your pocket.